welcome to the Greater Purpose Podcast, the 2024 Christmas edition. And the jingle bells in the back, is that amazing? Is that Santa Claus jingle belling?
It might be. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Here we are. Listen, you are seeing this. If you're watching it on the release date, you're seeing it on December 23rd, which will be 2 days before Christmas. But we're not going to try to fool you. This was actually recorded before that, because something we're going to talk about with my guest in just a minute is going to tell you that this was recorded beforehand. So before we do that, though, don't forget to go back and watch. Go to the-greater-purpose.com. See, this is the part that I don't use the high production stuff for, because I think it's a visual, you know? The-greater, because people are looking at it and going, why doesn't he just do a slide? I don't want to do a slide. I want to do the piece of paper. So anyway, the old school, the-greater-purpose.com. You can catch up on the previous 89 episodes. This is episode number 90. Wow. Christmas episode, episode 90. And we're going to talk about some stuff happening with you that, man, this is great. This is awesome. So a couple things I want to share, Christmassy. By the way, I'm not wearing my Christmas hat. Not on purpose. It's because I can't find it. So I looked for it. It's not in here. I don't keep it in here, and now I can't find it. So
maybe Santa will bring you another one.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Did you
go,
hear that, Santa?
Santa.
Right, you got 2 days. Bring me a new hat. Anyway, so, but at least we look different, because if you look on the podcast from last year, when Jake was on here, then you would think, oh, well, that's the same one. So maybe that helps. It's a good excuse anyway. So a couple of ornaments, two that I got myself, that I purchased myself, but one I was given. Want to give an appreciation to Sheriff Chad Hawkins for that cool-looking Gaston County Sheriff's Department. I mean, he didn't make it himself, but he did give them out, yes, at the Stanley Christmas Parade. So I want to say thanks to Sheriff Hawkins for that. And then I did have a couple made. So we went to the Southern Christmas Show and had a couple. I said, well, can you make these? Now, this one's just from a JPEG, but that's kind of cool. There's the official TGP. Greater Purpose ornament, but I asked them, they make these wood carving ones. I know, right?
Really cool, man.
First time you've seen it. They make these wood carving, and so I said, well, can you, because they made another one for me, which I can't say on here, because if that person watches this, they'll know. So
don't give it away.
Right. So they made that one. They said, yeah, we can do that one, no problem, at the show. And then after I got back home, I said, well, hey, could you do something else? So I sent them the artwork like I did for this.
Yeah.
Thinking it was going to be just this simplistic, not, I mean, nothing against them. I just didn't think it was going to be as cool looking as this is. But that is really cool looking. Look at that.
Yeah.
Get that in the light a little bit. That is so cool. I mean, I was like blown away when I got it. So there you go. The official wooden TGP. Listen, we're selling them for $50 a piece. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing that. So, but if you want to know the name of the company that made those, send me put a message in the comments, and I will post it up for you. I can't remember the name of the place that made them. But anyway, met them at the Southern Christmas Show. You ever go to the Southern Christmas?
Yeah.
See?
My wife really likes going to the Southern Christmas Show, and I like it too.
There you go.
I'm actually surprised you haven't found the guy that he makes. He takes baseball bats, but he does like a custom cutout in the barrel, like usually with like a team name and the team colors. Okay. I've got a Braves one, so you need to get a Cubs one.
Okay. Well, now I do have these. I do have this. I don't know if this is. See, we're breaking from the standard. This is great. I love this. And I'm going to do some. I don't know if you have one. This is.
I've seen those before. Yeah.
Now these you can buy online. So this is an actual bat. It's actually made from a bat. I mean, that's what they say.
That's cool, man.
But no, I like that. You'll have to tell me. So, hey, since you said that, that's a good plug for some of the shorts that I'm going to be posting over the holidays. I'm going to be doing some shorts. I'm going to take some of the interesting collectibles from this room, of course. They're all Cubs. But anyway, some of the more interesting ones, and kind of doing some 1 or 2 minute shorts on those. So be watching for those. Thanks for that plug.
There
Jake Brewer. Jake Brewer's here.
That's right.
Back for the annual Christmas. You're going to have to do this every year now.
I know. It must be a Christmas thing.
I know, right? That's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So, but
we were talking a little bit before we got started.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that, it was last year. I couldn't believe it's been a year.
It's crazy.
And I can't believe that you've done 90 episodes.
Whoa.
This is the 90th
That's
episode
amazing.
now.
God is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's all God. And I tell these guys when they come in here, I give them the whole story, and I probably need to tell them sometime. Maybe
you're gonna
not
have
today.
to do an episode, maybe
yeah.
episode 100.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's right. We were trying to figure out what to do from 100. So I'll have to get our producer Stephen Wright back in here, and maybe we can actually talk about how all this actually started. There you go. See there, great minds. This is why I have these guys in here, because they're so amazing. So Jake Brewer is currently the youth pastor at youth and children's pastor. Tell me your exact title.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. If you get my technical title, I'm the ministry resident at First Baptist Church.
Well, okay.
But
I don't know what that means.
I introduce myself as the youth guy.
That's right.
I always say I'm the youth guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've always thought you were. So I thought it was a ministry resident. That's cool. I like that. I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's okay. No one does. That's why I go by youth guy.
They're sitting there going, residence. I mean, he lives there or what?
What is it?
You do kind of live there.
It feels like I live there sometimes,
right,
but not actually.
Yeah, I love watching you guys when we're walking around the track. I love watching the stuff you do when you got the after school kids in there, because it's great. So especially your stern warnings, I love them. It's great because it sounds like me. I don't know, I'm maybe a little more stern than you are. But here's the thing: actually you're watching this on the 23rd, and this happened on the 14th. What we're going to talk about now, and that is you are being ordained.
I am.
Tell me about the whole process, the whole thing, man. I mean, you've been waiting for this day, you've been working on this day, you've been studying for this day. I mean, I don't even know what it takes to be ordained. So tell me.
Yeah, so at First Baptist anyways, I came
First Baptist in Stanley.
First Baptist in Stanley.
Yep.
I came on as the ministry resident on a 3-year contract.
Okay.
And part of that process was the plan for me to ultimately become a pastor.
Yeah.
And there were other checkpoints along the way that I needed to exhibit what a godly pastor would look like from Scripture, of course, with everything in Timothy there. But also, as part of that, I was attending seminary at Southeastern Baptist Seminary, online.
Right, I was going to say. Yeah.
Online, not there. It's in Winston-Salem.
A little easier nowadays. You don't have to go down. You don't have to go all the way down.
It is. I don't know how I would do it because I'm full-time at the church every day.
Right.
So doing that at the same time. But had to finish a 4-year program in 3 years.
Wow.
At the time of this recording, I finished my last exam yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So, God willing, all that went well.
We're praying that. Okay, we don't know for sure yet.
And we'll be completely done.
Well, we're gonna play applause. We're just trusting in the Lord that it's done. we're gonna claim it. We're not a name it and claim it podcast, but we're gonna claim that right there. How's that?
That's good. But that was part of the process.
Yeah.
And then this coming Sunday will be the public affirmation from the church that they fully stand behind the calling on my life.
Nice.
To be a pastor. Yep. That's still weird to say because for 3 years I've been like, I'm not a pastor yet. Yeah. But that's cool. That'll have changed by the time you guys see this.
Yeah.
So we'll do that on Sunday. Hopefully Bill's going to be
there.
there.
I'm going to be there.
That'd be great.
I am honored that you invited me. I looked at that and I was like, whoa, that would be so cool. Absolutely, I would love to be there. That's cool. I appreciate you thinking of that because when you're doing stuff like that, sometimes you get in the midst of it and you go, man, there's like 25 people I should have had be here. Some type of celebration, some type of recognition, some type of anniversary, and you look back and you go, oh, they're like, Joe should have been here, So I appreciate you thinking of me because that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's why I tried to start really early before it got here because I wanted to try and invite as many people as I could think of. Because Tommy McCluskey, he's our pastor at First Baptist. When I was talking to Tommy about the ordination and the process, I asked him, I said, so I can invite people, right? He's like, yeah, of course you can invite people. Yeah. I said, no, really, can I invite people? And he's like, what do you mean? he's like, what am I getting into here?
He knows you well enough.
And the thing that I'm most excited about on Sunday is it's a great honor. I'm humbled. It's wonderful. But the biggest thing to me is I see it as an opportunity to invite people that may not know Christ.
That's why you invited me.
No, Bill, come on. But really, that may not know Jesus, that may not be involved in a church family, that I may know that may not come any other way. I really tried to look at it as an opportunity to invite people like that.
Right.
And I do, have some friends that I know that are coming that don't know Christ.
Yeah.
So I'm praying for them that God will use that opportunity, that they'll hear His word and be convicted.
Well, and that kind of fits right into the normal format we have here because that is men who are living out their life in a ministerial way, meaning whatever it is that you've got going on should be an opportunity to witness to somebody, or to proclaim the name of Jesus Christ, or to model Christ for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. It's a ministry thing because you're being ordained, but you're using it as an extension. That's cool. I like that. That's pretty neat.
Right.
See? Great mind. It's a creative mind.
That's right. Trying to further the gospel.
That's
Great
awesome.
commission,
That's
right?
good. I like that. Yeah, we have to be tying all that stuff together because the world is so different. You can't just do a lot of the things you used to do the way you used to do it. So we've got to do things a little different, and you got to think outside the box. And God's not in a box anyway. So God's way outside the box. So 3 years of studying. Whew, my brain just explodes on that. And yeah, so how hard was the test?
So a lot of the courses, it was all right. It was okay. Like some of the different things that at least I'm getting a master's of divinity. Some of the things are in there, like different preaching courses, history of the Bible, history of the Baptist faith. It's a Baptist college, Baptist seminary. But you also learn foreign languages, what the Bible was originally written in. Hebrew and Greek. Those are hard. Those are hard.
Right, yeah.
Those are tough.
And now he's going to give us a dissertation in Greek. No, I'm kidding.
I've had my fill of Greek for a while. No, it can be good. It can be useful. But to learn how to translate it yourself, read it yourself, is not easy. Foreign language doesn't come easy to me. So those two were especially tough.
That's cool. Yeah.
I'd have 2 courses of both, so I had 4 total classes of foreign language.
I know several pastors who have had either their master's doctorate or whatever, but and they know how to do that. And my mind can't get around that either.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that goes into it, and especially with Hebrew, it's a whole adjustment of you read right to left.
Yes.
You write it right to left.
Yeah.
So just to train your brain to do that is
that would be
a challenge.
My head, boom. So you made me think of a couple of questions there. Did you have to do presentations? Did you have to get up in front of everybody and preach and do stuff like that? Like on obviously on video since you're doing it online. Or did you have to do anything like that? I don't know.
Yeah. So for the preaching courses that I had, because we're online and not in person,
right.
We would have the whole semester to look for X number of opportunities to either preach, which I did have the opportunity to do at our church when I needed to. Sometimes when I didn't need to, Tommy just needed to be there. Hey man.
Hey, I know he's in the seminary. He's got to use this.
I need you to preach anyways.
That's right. That's good.
But you would have to have it recorded, and then you would submit it for the course. And something that was interesting is then I would have to review all of my peers, their sermons.
Oh wow.
And they reviewed mine.
Man.
And they had a rubric we would go through and how was your...
So you couldn't just trash somebody, right?
Right. Yeah. No, my name was on it, and you can't just do that.
Right.
But different things. Some similarities actually to if we were to critique a podcast.
Cool.
How was your volume? How was your cadence? How was? Did you use different levels of volume? Did you change pace? All that kind of stuff.
We're not doing that here.
We don't have to.
This is what it is.
How was your? How's your presentation of the word? Were you true to the main meaning of the text?
Right.
What were your illustrations like? Did you apply it to life?
Cool.
The principles of the text. That kind of thing.
Nice.
It makes you think about what goes into a sermon on a different level. But it was good.
Was there so let's dig deeper on that.
Okay.
Tell me the truth now. You can't lie now. You're gonna be ordained by the time this shows. You'll be ordained.
I mean, you're recording it, so you can't lie.
No, but you don't have to say any names. Were there any that you critiqued that you thought, this guy is not gonna make it? I mean, I'm just curious because.
Sure.
You don't have to say any, no descriptions. I'm just wondering, were there any?
I don't know if I would say they're not gonna make it. But there were some
that's a layman's observation, right?
There were some that I listened to that I was like, man, this is tough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd get feedback on some that I thought were good, or something that I liked that's a different person didn't.
Sure.
And I think a lot of it, just my personal opinion, a lot of it matters of knowing your congregation. So for me, I've been in the church that I'm at for 8 years. I've been in this role for 3.5, almost 4.
Yeah.
So I kind of know what will go over, okay, in terms of like a joke or an illustration, right? That in a different context, in a different church, not gonna fly. They may not like that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example where I was critiqued.
Okay.
Where like I preached it at our church,
and it was
and
great.
people loved it.
Yeah.
But like them watching it on a recording, they're like, well, like, I don't know about that.
Okay.
In my former life, I worked in baseball professionally.
Yeah.
Okay. I was the ticket leprechaun. You know this.
The
That's
leprechaun,
how we met.
yes.
I worked for the Gastonia Grizzlies.
That's what I tell when I tell people who you are over at First Baptist. They're like, I'm not sure I know him. And I say, the leprechaun at the Grizzlies. And they're, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
It's funny how often that still comes up, and that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, so like the people at our church know that about me. So one of the times I had to preach for school happened to land on a Sunday when it was actually St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, great. That's cool.
So I did a sermon. I titled it, "It Ain't Luck," right?
Yeah.
That God is in control. He has ordained these things. That was kind of the premise of the sermon.
Yeah.
But for that day, my wife asked me, she said, so do you have anything green to where it is St. Patrick's Day? I said, oh, do I have something green?
Oh, boy.
You saw when I was with the Grizzlies my fancy shamrock suit, the one I would typically wear to churches when I met with churches.
Right.
I preached in that.
All right. I love it. Is that on video somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
That is great.
I can send you the link to it.
Yeah, do that. We'll put that in the comments. I love it.
But people at our church loved it.
Sure.
They thought it was funny.
Absolutely.
And it was relevant to my illustration for the sermon.
Right.
Some of the feedback I got from some of my classmates were like, lose the suit, not appropriate.
No way.
And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Because if I was preaching, if I went to a church that I was, filling in for somebody, I wouldn't do that. Because I don't know their congregation.
No, right.
I don't want them to think I'm insulting with it or anything.
You would think, looking at it, though, that there must be a reason this guy's able to do that for this situation. I would have taken that in consideration myself. But anyway. Yeah.
But I'm sure some of them are coming from a context or a church where they're like, that would not be okay.
Yeah.
Where I'm at kind of deal.
That's funny.
But to answer your question, that's how like different perspectives or different church settings
it
could affect that.
Well, and different styles, different manners, different presentations reach different people in different ways.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we could 5 of us could walk away from the same message with 5 completely different takes.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is okay. That's what God does. I mean, the message may not have meant that much to one guy, but it really touched the heart of another guy, and there was something that was said, and then the other guy thinks you read his mail. So, but yeah, so that's cool. Pretty neat stuff. So, so beyond that, so what next? You going for the doctorate? Or?
Oh no, I'm done. I'm done. This is it.
There's like
That's
nobody.
it. No, this is
great. I was hoping to get maybe another 5 minutes conversation out of that.
No doctorate. This is the only reason I would have been back to school.
I gotcha. Okay.
I had been out of school for 7 years.
That's hard to go back.
But for what this was for,
sure.
The purpose it is for.
Yeah.
The greater purpose.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Yes.
I would go back to school for that. So.
Yeah. So does that mean you move into a different position at the church now, or okay? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do now, what ministry resident I guess means.
Yeah.
I'm the youth guy.
Good. We're getting an explanation here.
Yeah. Now we're getting an explanation.
I should do the ministry. What time is? See. Okay. I'm looking at the time. Ministry resident up there.
So I'm the youth leader for our youth.
Right.
I oversee our small groups program across the church, across all age groups. You actually mentioned that I work with our daycare and our after school program that's on site at the church on a weekly and daily basis.
Yeah, sometimes they call me Mr. Jake. I don't know
do
why.
They really?
Yes, they have done that before. Yes, I mean, well, whenever there's in daycare situations, preschools and stuff like that. Sorry to interrupt, but
no, it's okay.
If there's any man around, doesn't matter what color they are, how tall they are, how old they are, how whatever. If there's
same guy.
Yes, exactly. They're all this African American guy at one of these schools. What I used to go, he was there as a maintenance guy and stuff. All there all the time, and I would walk in and they would call me his name, and they would call him my name as well.
That's
so yeah.
Funny.
But anyway, yeah. So the aftercare and then the preschool, daycare, and all that. Yep.
Yep. So I do all of that now. I've started part of my future new role, where I'm going to oversee what we call Discover. Essentially, what to put it in layman's terms, like new membership class, new to the church, learning about the church.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of like the bridge from guest to family member.
Cool.
Right?
Right.
Because we want to take people that are guests that come to our church. We want them to know who we are, but more importantly, we want them to know who Jesus is and who he should be to them.
Yeah.
So helping people kind of through that transition.
Right. And how
especially
they
for
fit
a
in the church and how they
Yeah.
fit into servanthood.
Yeah,
because,
finding where they can serve,
Yeah.
finding where they can find community for themselves, whichever small group that may be, or Bible study, so that I'm able to help them and point them in the right direction and
Nice.
get them connected.
Yeah.
You know?
My pastor just posted something the other day about if you're not serving. Gosh, can't remember the exact quote. It was really good though, about if you're not serving, you're in the church, but you're not serving, then you're not really in the church. Basically, what he was saying, I think, because that's what you're supposed to do once you get saved and you understand your place in Christ and Christ's place in your life. You're supposed to serve. You're supposed to be wanting to serve. But anyway, so pretty cool. All right, so that starts immediately. Or you've already started on that, probably.
So I've started doing some of the things. The official change, because we're Baptists, we got to raise our hands and vote and all that kind of thing.
Committees.
Yeah, committee, the Baptist thing. In January is when the church will vote upon that transition. What we call it is a full-time called position.
Okay.
So I had to be ordained as a pastor before I could fulfill a called position.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So that's the plan. Tommy's been kicking around what my title might be. I think.
Take the resident out of it.
Yeah, we're taking that out of there. I think what he's landed on is pastor of discipleship.
Ooh, like it. Yeah, that's cool.
Discipleship goes into youth.
Absolutely.
Discipleship goes into small groups.
Yep.
Discipleship goes into what we call discover.
Yep. That way he can make you do everything.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, let's see. I need Jake to do that. So
right? Sounds like discipleship. Yeah, you do
falls
that.
under that umbrella.
That's a big umbrella.
That's great though. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you got some good work going on there. That's great. So and we did go for the Christmas program. I think the first time we've been to the Stanley Christmas program. With the orchestra and all that kind of stuff. We have a friend, Keith Johnson, who plays in the orchestra, so we had a chance to go see them. But that was really nice there, and in the sanctuary that you don't use anymore, except for stuff like that, right?
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
We got some things we need to fix. Over there, so we could use it permanently.
Are you guys gonna be moving back over there then? Or?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what God has planned. I'll say it. It's not anything we don't tell our people. Our intention has always been to get back over there.
Oh, cool.
It's just there needs to be some long-term structural things done to the building to make it feasible week in and week out.
Yeah.
Some heating issues, some cooling issues
right.
that are challenging.
Gotcha.
But that's the intention.
Okay, well that's cool. That's good. I've wondered that because I know you're in the gym, because I'm there and I see it, and then of course I've been in the sanctuary for some other events and stuff like. Man, it sure would be great to be back in this part of the building. So well, good.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's about putting the right things in place, being good stewards to make that feasible and sustainable for the long term.
I think we're kind of in a situation now at South Gastonia where we're kind of looking at some things to do different to move, because you can only expand so much, especially with some of these older buildings.
Yeah.
You can't do much more. So, and who wants to build a $10 million sanctuary?
No one. That costs $10 million.
Wow. And he's good at math too. How about that? So.
Too bad that wasn't in seminary.
Yeah. No math.
No.
Yeah. See, that would have been my luck. I would go because math. I'm terrible at math. Yeah. So and tests. I'm terrible at tests. I was a football official for high school football and stuff for years, and we had to take this test every year. We'd go to clinic for 6 weeks, and then we'd take our test to be qualified to be on the field. And I literally would pass that thing by 1 or 2 points, just barely. And then we'd go out and talk about them afterwards, and I knew all the answers. I just freeze up with tests. I'm not taking any more tests.
I don't plan to take any more.
I hear you. Well, that's cool. So anything else you want to share? Any Christmas wishes? Anything special you want to say to anybody? Or
Sure. One thing that I think would be good for your listeners out there, one of the big things that I helped start, it was actually the idea of my former pastor, Jason Ballard. I just implemented it, so I can't claim it.
Okay.
But it's called Connect.
Yeah.
And once a month, we do big youth group. And what it is We now have 7 other churches in our own that we partner with.
Oh, cool.
Once a month, we come together as a big youth group and do something together.
Nice.
We started with just 2 churches, ourselves and Depot, and then we brought on Tuckasegee, Hickory Grove, First Methodist, Mount Holly. There are several churches now, multiple denominations, and what I told them all is that, I have no intention of stealing your kids.
Right.
I told other youth leaders, like, look, steal mine. All I care about is that kids are growing closer in their relationship to Jesus. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Because when we get to heaven, I'm not going to sit in the First Baptist section.
Amen.
Okay?
Because there won't be one.
There won't be one, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to have that stamped on my forehead to get in, okay?
Yeah.
If you know Christ as your personal Savior, we're going to be there together.
Yep.
We're all on the same team.
Yeah.
And that has grown over time. And because of that, now, we started with, we may have had 10 to 20 kids, and now we're seeing anywhere on any given night when all the churches are together, we could have 40 to nearly 100 kids.
Nice. Awesome.
As a part of that, from all different churches, and they all know each other.
Yeah.
All the kids know each other. They play sports together. They go to school together, and it's good for them to know that they're walking alongside other Christians at school, facing the same things in sports and life that they are too. The other cool thing that's been a blessing for me is I've been able to serve other youth leaders in other churches. We have one church that they're still searching for a youth leader, but they're volunteer based right now. And so once a month, they get to come for their youth group, and I take care of the food, I take care of the lesson, I take care of the activity. All I got to do is show up.
Oh, nice.
And I get to serve them.
And that keeps them
in that way.
Yeah.
And that, they're volunteers. They're just trying to hold things together.
Right.
So it's been a blessing to be able to do that for them.
Cool.
So, all that being said,
Yes.
in January, we're trying something for the first time. It's called Connect In. So our normal once a month Connect is on Sunday nights at 6 o'clock. It's about an hour and a half. We eat, we do a devotion, and then we have an activity. Connect In January, it's basically that, except we're having a guest speaker, Shaq Hardy. For those in youth circles, you may have heard of Shaq Hardy. He's a fairly prominent speaker in the Southeast. We're having a worship band there, and we're going to have a time where he's going to share a message for us. We're going to have a time of worship, response time, but it'll also be a lock-in. So it's a Friday night,
boy, yeah.
January the 10th.
I remember the lock-ins, yeah.
So it starts at 6. We'll do all that. We'll eat first, and then do all the important stuff first.
Right.
And then the activities will start. We may go to sleep the next morning about 4 a.m.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got a fairly big campus, so we'll have all the guys in one building and all the girls in another for the lock-in. The men of First Baptist are going to serve breakfast the next morning, and then we'll depart.
Oh, cool. Love it.
But we've already got a couple new churches that are going to come check out Connect for the first time through that.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to do that,
we'll put a link.
Contact me.
You're going to send me a link.
Okay. I'll send you a
we'll
link.
put it in there. Is that what they need to do, or just send you a message, or how? Is there something on Facebook or website, or how do you want to do that?
So this is the first year, so it's kind of our trial run. Just contact me.
Okay. I'll put your phone number in the comments.
You can put my phone number in the comments.
Perfect.
That's fine.
That's great.
And if you'd like to get involved with that, we'd love to have you.
Very cool.
After all, we're all on the same team.
Yeah. Well, and even the last podcast I did with Scott Lee, we talked about that, and we've talked about it. I think with most of the guys who've come through here, we're all in this thing together. And there's no reason to be. You may have differing opinions about the music, the lighting, the carpet, the whatever. Whether it's little crackers and a little wine, or whether it's the bread and the whatever. Okay, and all that stuff is totally doesn't even matter. It matters to me because that's my preference.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, that we all know Jesus Christ and we've all accepted Him as our Savior, and we've repented of our sin and we've asked Him to forgive us. The rest of it is just trying to reach those who aren't being reached, and sticking together too. That's pretty cool.
Right.
I like that. So yeah, I remember the Baptist lock-ins back in the day. I used to chaperone some of those. Whew, but those, well, that's cool. All right, so that's January. Tell me again.
January 10th and 11th.
Okay,
10th
cool.
is the Friday night, Saturday morning the 11th.
All right, I'll post Jake's phone number in the comments, so you send him a message. Don't ask me, because I may know about it, and if you post any stuff up, we'll share it and that kind of thing. So
that'd
cool.
be great.
Yeah, sounds good. So great stuff going on. It's Stanley First Baptist, and I call myself a non-denominational Christian. I mean, I go to a Pentecostal church. I have Baptist friends. I have Lutheran friends. I have Presbyterian friends. I have whatever. We all are working together on this stuff. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So, Jake, listen, I appreciate you being here again for the annual Christmas podcast.
Yeah.
So that means when I'm 82, and how old are you right now?
I'm 33.
So when you're 53 and I'm 82, maybe you'll have to take over the podcast.
Okay.
And we'll do our 20th. Well, no, that'll be the. Let's see. No, it was 2 years ago, so I was 50. How old am I?
I don't know.
I'm 61, 59. Okay, I'll be 79 in 20 years from the first podcast.
All right.
So you'll be 51. So you'll have to do the 20th anniversary of the ring. You'll have to help me up the stairs.
All right.
Sound good? We can do that,
Sounds
right?
good.
Listen, thank you for being here for the Greater Purpose podcast. Remember, we hope you've been encouraged, inspired, motivated to walk in your greater purpose. God has something for you to do. We just hope that you'll seek God to tell you exactly what that is. Thanks for being here. God bless and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.